Hey guys, this is Anime Ball Z here, and today we're going to be doing the third part of What If Goku was a Legendary Super Saiyan. This What If has been amazing to script, and I'm already on my 7th part to the scripting. It's just really fun always coming back to Dragon Ball to do a What If for you guys. There's not so much else I want to say in the intro, so without further ado, let's get into the video.
Winter time, all the time, ooh, yeah. Look at the way that I move, swag, disrespectful and I'm rude, okay. I had cocaine in the school.
Goku powers up to the maximum and lets his aura roar and flash around him. His clothes flow and ripple under his golden aura, then he blasts off directly to Cell. He launches out a ki blast that creates some smoke and blinds Cell. This allows him to leap into such smoke with a kick and land it head on. Cell gets knocked back and blocks an overhead punch. Goku follows with 3 punches that the Green Warrior is able to block before being dazed by another close-up ki blast. Goku finishes off with a double drop kick that slams him several meters away, then follows with several ki blasts that Cell doesn't even try to resist. Once the smoke dies down, Cell is revealed in tip-top shape. Do you think a few ki blasts is all it takes to defeat me? Cell is cut off abruptly by a charging Kamehameha from Goku. He launches the attack and it soars across the battlefield at high speed. Cell catches the attack and actually slides back a few good centimeters. However, he just flies over the blast and floors the Saiyan with a dropping kick. As Goku tries to reach back up for a punch, Cell dodges and liver punches him so hard that he is knocked right out of Super Saiyan. You are a tough match, Saiyan, but I am the perfect life form, Cell declares as Goku drops to the ground. Cell raises his palm to disintegrate the powerful Saiyan with an energy wave, but Piccolo powers up into his amazing Kaioken ×20 form. He removes his weighted clothing and zooms at Cell. His speed even surprises Cell and his punch causes even more surprise. Cell slides back then is met by 2 strong blows, one to the head and one to the chest. Piccolo then kicks him in the stomach and knees him in the head so hard that blood spews out into the sky. Piccolo then knocks him back with a left hook and a swiveling kick to his neck. Once he lands, Cell takes a glimpse of his extraordinary muscle mass right now. His body is just much larger and powerful compared to his past physique. Piccolo follows with several attacks that Cell is just unable to block and is forced to take. A bunch of his purple blood is spurted everywhere and he is left weak and frail. Piccolo finishes off with a special beam cannon to his chest and a one-hand energy wave. Cell gets hit directly by the 2 attacks, and once the smoke blows away, he is revealed to be very weakened and injured. Piccolo falls out of the Kaioken form and falls to 1 in exhaustion. The only reason he was able to use this level of Kaioken was because of his much superior power level to Goku. The actual technique was the hardest bit for him, not the stress. If you think about it, Goku was learning this technique at a power level of 416. Piccolo's power level is way past the millions right now. Hundreds of millions even. Cell begins healing and uses Piccolo's own power against him. Oh, you actually got me there. I never would have thought you'd be stronger than the Saiyan back there. Oh well, time to kill you both. Cell almost teleports in front of Piccolo from his immense speed and gut punches him incredibly hard. This hit knocks the wind right out of Piccolo and shakily drops him to his knees. Cell then flies out of frail Goku and slams him into the ground with incredible force. Cell just turns and begins walking away. Both fighters are left on the brink of death, but Piccolo is just about able to wake up and slowly crawl to the Saiyan. He eventually rummages through his pocket and eats a Senzu Bean to fully heal himself. With his new strength, he gives the last Senzu Bean to Goku. As they both look up, Cell says, "Here I will start the Cell Games. By tomorrow, bring your strongest warriors to face me. Bring everyone along to entertain me." Cell has built the large arena and he simply waits for the fighters to come along. By the next day, Vegeta and Trunks both emerge from the time chamber. Trunks has long hair like in canon and Vegeta's hair is exactly the same since he's a full-blooded Saiyan. Vegeta has gained both grade 2 and 3 alongside a different form, a better form. Super Saiyan 2. Right now, I'd assume that Vegeta is around 70% the strength of Goku in the Cell Games. With Super Saiyan 2, this means that he's 40% stronger than him and a very strong competitor to Perfect Cell. Also, Trunks is actually stronger than him. Due to Vegeta's stronger will and willpower, he was a much better competitor to his son and actually made him advance more. He's around 50% his strength but only has grade 3 like in canon. Piccolo and Gohan enter the hyperbolic time chamber while Goku stays out. He believes that he can get into his powerful form and even fight Perfect Cell. However, Vegeta is first up against a powerful bio-android. The 3 arrive at the Cell Games and Cell has waited patiently. "We're here to face you, Cell," Gohan declares with wind blowing across his hair and gi. Vegeta takes a step past Goku and hops onto the arena floor. "I will be your first and only combatant, Cell." He clenches his fists and powers up into his Super Saiyan grade 2 form. The aura is immense and powerful, but this isn't his peak abilities. "Shall we begin, Prince of All Saiyan?" Cell remarks, making a regal pose. Vegeta zooms across the battlefield and slams into Cell with all his might. The slam surprises him as he actually slides back a little. However, he punches back and follows with 2 more strikes that just completely lay out on Vegeta. He is clearly injured and can't really defend against his superhuman speed. Cell punches him directly in the sternum and switches around for a key blast with his right palm. The smoke appears around the Saiyan and Cell thinks he has won. It seems so, but Vegeta is revealed, still standing and ready to fight. Did you genuinely think this was the limit of a Saiyan prince? Oh please, allow me to demonstrate the true and ascended power of the Super Saiyan. Electricity starts to crackle across his body and his aura intensifies, the ground rumbles under his power and he fully transforms into the Super Saiyan 2 form. Electricity crackles around his body and he has now reached his limit. Vegeta is around 40% stronger than Goku's Super Saiyan form, so it's likely something like 30% stronger than Gohan's Super Saiyan form. We know that Gohan surpassed Goku in the Cell games, but we don't know how far he surpassed him. This should make him quite a formidable opponent for the bio-android. Vegeta soars across the battlefield with his new speed and clashes with Cell. He swings up with an uppercut, then 2 power strikes that Cell is forced to block with his forearm. Swiftly he swerves under one of the Saiyan Prince's hooks to elbow and kick him several meters away. He then launches out a charged ki blast that Vegeta just about manages to dodge. Vegeta zooms down and punches the ground so hard that he creates a crater. This show of strength intimidates Cell quite a bit and makes him more wary of his own movements. Vegeta then grows a blue energy blast in his palm before jerking it forward. Super big bang attack. The large ball around half the height of himself in diameter gets hurled at Cell and explodes on impact with his green skin. The explosion is large and actually inflicts significant damage to both of Cell's arms. Also, his ribs are visible from his flesh being shredded and scorched off. However, he uses Piccolo's regenerative ability to return to normal and somewhat full strength. You never want to just die, do you? Vegeta shouts in irritation. The battle continues and Vegeta rushes back to throw his next attack. The back and forth goes on for quite a long time, but Vegeta's stamina drain is clearly more than Cell's. He's quite new to this form, and even with that, the form is just naturally draining. Eventually, Vegeta gets punched back and Goku grabs him. It's time that I jump in now. Vegeta is very annoyed, but he knows that he is done. His stamina is almost fully gone and he just wants to get a break and hopefully jump in later. Goku's pupils burst and his hair rises, his muscles enlarge significantly and his key signature skyrockets. His green aura forms and his hair follows that very same colour. His transformation is complete and he fully transforms into his legendary Super Saiyan form. Goku is probably weaker than Vegeta after all of his training, but this powerful form accounts for that completely. Goku doesn't speak any words and simply stares down his opponent. Cell believes that he can still beat him and flies in to kick him. There is no movement whatsoever and he is stopped in his tracks. Goku throws 3 blows to Cell and the last one leaves him winded. He then spin kicks him airborne before launching up several ki blasts that land on the bio-android precisely. In a flash, Goku is behind the bio-android and kicks him down to the ground. Once he lands, fear strikes every nerve in his body. He has met someone who is superior to himself. Far superior. Goku's blank eyes can be seen from far and he mindlessly dives down to his enemy. Cell manages to block the incoming knee but still gets sent back several meters and kicked into the air. To follow, Goku punches him in the stomach and lands an uppercut to the chin. He goes flying, flipping around violently and droplets of blood scatter everywhere. Finally, Goku raises one arm and grows a large ki blast in his palm. It grows to around the size of his body and flies off to Cell. He tends to witness it approaching him, but it is already too late. He gets hit by a powerful blast and engulfs in the violent explosion. Every cell of his is destroyed to the point of no return. He is completely destroyed and Goku just drops his arm. Threat neutralized, Goku mutters in a cold tone before walking back to Vegeta. His hair falls back down and he reverts to his base form, having destroyed Cell. The threat to Earth is destroyed from Goku's overwhelming power as the strongest Saiyan on the planet. Vegeta is shocked by his power and stands as he approaches him. He trains so hard only for him to still be so far away. Is this how it will always be? How could the prince fall to such a state? Many thoughts like this cloud his mind, but at the end of the day, everyone is able to survive and are pretty much fine. Just to add, Trunks is born far earlier than in canon and so is Goten. They are both born in the 3 years in the training for the androids. This means by the start of the Buu Saga, they will already be 10 years old. By the start of the Buu Saga, Goku is far stronger. After Gohan and Piccolo emerged from the hyperbolic time chamber, he decided that he wanted to enter too, so he entered with Gohan again, and this means Gohan is 1 year older physically. So by the Buu Saga, he is physically a year older than in canon and looks a little older. Also, he has gained true control of Super Saiyan and uses Grade 4. I'd say that he has inherited the power spikes from Goku, but not the entire form since there is supposed to be just one Legendary Super Saiyan. Goku can use Super Saiyan 2 and also the Legendary Super Saiyan form and keep most control. His power growth ability also means that he is more than 3 times stronger than Vegeta in their bases. Gohan has also surpassed Vegeta and is around 50% stronger than him. Piccolo has managed to get Kaioken times 50, but he hasn't been able to keep up with the likes of the Saiyans since he is just a Namekian. Goku is able to spend more time with Gohan and has actually been trained already. This is the same for Trunks. This means that they don't need extra training before the World Tournament begins and they are already ready. Goten are Super Saiyan and Trunks does too. Gohan, due to Goku's stronger Saiyan instincts, would carry on fighting and have the thrill of fighting from his father. The constant power spikes and boosts makes it even more motivating to hone in on his abilities. The Junior Division gets dominated by Goten and Trunks, who are older and stronger than their canon selves. When I mean stronger, I mean much stronger. Since Gohan was around 11 at the time of fighting Cell and Goten is 10 at this age too, he is going to be weaker but not by much. Trunks spars with him frequently and has been getting a few training sessions with his father too, so he is around his strength. When I mean around his strength, I mean around Goten's strength, not Vegeta's. They both face each other and Trunks prepares for battle. "You won't beat me now, Goten," he claims, making a stance similar to his father's. Goten does the same and says, "You sure? I got some training with Gohan." Trunks scoffs and they both power up into their Super Saiyan forms. Trunks smirks and mutters, "Let's take this up a notch, Goten." Trunks demands, preparing to ascend past his form. They both power up and their muscles enlarge past the ordinary size of a child's and they go into Super Saiyan Grade 2. They then charge towards each other and their punches clash. Trunks is forced backwards and is surprised by his overall strength. Goten lands a kick to his stomach then a close-up ki blast before jumping down and trying to slam Trunks. However, he is able to race up airborne and dodge the attack. He's stronger now, Trunks notices in surprise. Goten launches a one-hand energy wave towards his opponent but Trunks flies right over the blast and knees him in the forehead. Then Trunks throws 3 more blows to his forearms and then a kick to the same area. Goten is able to take all 4 hits and keep somewhat collected. They cause him pain and damage but nothing much. Both fighters zoom towards each other and their forearms clash, vibrating the air and arena around them. The adult fighters stand from the impact force and are shocked by the strength that they are able to output. How could they be this strong? This reminds me of the power of the androids in Cell, Goku shouts in awe, leaning his head in to watch the battle. The fight continues and Goten is able to gain the upper hand. His training with Gohan and his greater abilities to get stronger makes him a better overall fighter than Trunks. However, his opponent has amazing will and annoyance from always losing to Goten. He always seems to be stronger and if he feels stronger, he just gets a power boost when angry. After such hard training and work with his father, he can't disappoint him or himself. He has to push past his limits. Goten knees him in the stomach before elbowing and punching him down to the bottom of the arena. Once he lands, he powers up to the maximum and releases waves of intense ki. His ki signature rises and he screams, desperately trying to reach past his form. His rage and willpower overwhelms himself and after a few good seconds he transforms into an ascended Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2. Electricity crackles around his body and Goten is surprised by his power that he can sense. He might have actually surpassed him. Trunks with a straight face flies up to Goten and kicks him away. He flies behind and then lands 2 punches to his back before spinning him around and kneeing him in the sternum. To finish, he fiercely strikes his opponent down and uses his father's Gallic Gun attack. Goten gets hit head on by the attack and slammed into the grey squared arena below. Such arena floor cracks and breaks under the power of the purple energy wave and Trunks floods every bit of power he can into the attack. Once done, the smoke slowly blows away and a shirtless Goten is revealed with ripping muscles and bleeding skin. He is left panting and injured, surprised by Trunks' ability. However, he looks weird. He looks mad. Trunks believes that he is just seconds from victory but his power rises wildly. The fighters sense this and Goten releases a mass of dangerous energy. "I won't lose, Trunks," he shouts, looking up towards the fighter right overhead. The fighters close in on each other and fall into close combat. Goten actually has superior strength and speed to Trunks with much more ferocity too. Goten swing kicks Trunks across the sky then launches several ki blasts ahead of himself. Trunks leaves himself open for a punch to the stomach and he is then swivel thrown into the ground. Left severely injured and weak, he gets engulfed by the blast of Goten's strong Super Kamehameha. Goten is left the winner and his power falls back to ordinary levels. He falls out of Super Saiyan and is quite tired, dropping down to simply walk off the floor as the winner. So that will conclude the third part of What If Goku Was a Legendary Super Saiyan. Please like the videos, it really helps with the algorithm, and tell me something that you liked about the video, or something that I should improve on for the next part to make this What If as great as possible. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.